Toastmasters.
Hallelujah. My passion for computer science started way back when I was still a child. At the time I had 3 siblings who at the university, Makerere University. It's one of the best universities in Africa. It's the best yeah. So they were doing computer science, and they really inspired me to take on the course. Years later on, in my high school, after my high school, I scored 19 out of 20 points. So I was supposed to go to the university, but because I didn't fill in the government sponsorship forms before the results were released, I wasn't eligible that year. So I had to wait the following year to apply. Yeah, and so the following year came. It was now, I picked up the forms. It was now time for applying. And so I talked to one of my siblings who was doing civil engineering, still at Makerere University at the time. And so civil engineering is taken at the College of Engineering at Makerere University, which is like the most prestigious college at Makerere University. Everyone would want to get into that college. So at that moment, I had to weigh the prestige of civil engineering and the passion of computer science. So my brother managed to convince me, and I actually put civil engineering as my first choice and computer science as my second choice. So months later on, the admission results are released, and I've missed the cutoff of civil engineering by just 0.5. And so I was a bit disappointed, but again, I was happy that I was able to get computer science, and it was fully sponsored. So days later, I have to explain to my relatives the admission outcomes. And everyone I would tell computer science, there is this kind of look they will give you. You know back about pre-COVID, like 6 years ago, if you tell someone that you're going for anything computer science or IT, they will think that you're aiming at becoming an expert at typing, photocopying, scanning, basically secretarial services. So it was a lot of work for me to explain that computer science is more than that. So the time passed. I decided to just take a course. But a few weeks into the course, I decided I needed a laptop. So I talked to one of my sisters who had done the course 10 years ago, and she's currently working at the Civil Aviation Authority. She's a computer programmer. She's one of the best in the organization. So I talked to her. I needed a laptop, and she agrees to give me the laptop, and she calls me to her place to pick it. So I go to her place and we discuss, but at that time, she hadn't yet known that I'd been admitted in computer science. So minutes into the conversation, we are talking, and she asks me, by the way, what program did you get into? So I tell her computer science and government sponsorship. So you expect someone who has done the course, she did a course years ago, she's into a big position, she has basically benefited a lot, she's like your inspiration. But then she tells you man, who gave you career advice? Why did you go for civil engineering? And wow, I was quite disappointed. It's not what I expected. And after that wasn't all. So before she gave me the laptop, she asked me, why do you need a laptop even at this age? That time, we used to write code on paper. and we were able to pass. So why do you need a laptop? I was quite disappointed with the whole conversation. So a few minutes later, yeah, we finished. She gives me the laptop and I leave her place. So months pass, weeks pass, months and years, and I finished the course, computer science, and I remember I did my final exam today, and the next Monday I had already gotten a job. Even before graduation, I was already working. It wasn't the best, but it was very good for that initial working experience. And I remember months later, COVID comes in, and I think that's when things started changing a bit in terms of computer science, because everything went remote. And I remember at that time, people who are doing software development were among the few who retained their jobs. And I basically kind of became an inspiration. Like some of my relatives who had initially despised the course started sending their kids to me for career advice. even my sister who hadn't supported the course at first, and then she was telling me to join her project. She was starting a tech project, and she wanted me to start to be part of it, and I wanted to ask her, but she wanted me to do civil engineering. Yeah, so months later, I left that first job. I now moved to a bigger position where my salary was tripled. Yeah, I now became even a bigger inspiration in the family. Right, even up to now, like if my relatives want like a path for their siblings, like I mean for their children, like they want some kind of advice, they will talk to me to talk to their sons. Yeah. So my final words are even if things haven't worked out for others, it's not in your place to define your destiny based on their failure. Thank you.